How are you?
I'm good. How was your weekend?
Busy, busy, busy,
hmm
busy. Just like crazy fun, lots of family, kids sleeping on air mattresses. Yeah, it was really, really cool. We did my cousin came in on Wednesday with
hmm
her daughter and my other cousin's twins. So we brought them. They're all the kids are like high school, junior high age, so everybody was very self-sufficient, which was nice.
hmm
Um, On Thursday, my sister came in from Tampa and she flies into Buffalo sometimes because it's a direct flight from Tampa to Buffalo.
hmm
So we decided to meet her there and we went to the Galleria, which
Oh, okay.
was really, really nice because the Galleria is still a proper mall. Like
Mm.
is yeah, very much so. It was like still a real mall with like a Cinnabon and like a food court and like the Limited and J. Crew and Aeropostale and Abercrombie and Fitch, like just like all the highlights
hmm
of a 90s mall experience. They have them all there. They have a couple department stores. So we my sister flew in around 11 and then by noon we met her at the mall. We stayed there and we had at that time it was mostly girls. I think Luke and Mikey were the only boys who were there. Timmy was working. We spent most of the day there. We came back home Friday. More of my cousins came in with their kids and we went to the Rochester Jazz Festival.
Oh, nice.
Which was really, really neat. The kids kept saying, "Do you like jazz? Do you like jazz?" It was, it was really funny. And my brother came in on Wednesday. So, and him and his girlfriend were in. My brother really likes jazz. So, it was nice for him to kind of, get down to the festival. And it was also nice because they closed off some of the streets downtown. So you can walk the downtown kind of path and stuff, and you can see all the buildings. And it's neat. It's a neat way to kind of see Rochester. So, that was Friday, and then graduation was Saturday, which
hmm
I was boo-hooing the whole time because it was just, it was just really neat. It was really nice. We took lots of pictures. The ceremony was actually extremely efficient. Like,
Good.
like, if they do the ceremony at Brockport, in the Cirque, which is like the track and field arena, and they set up floor chairs and they have the bleachers out. It's really, really great. There's no tickets or anything, so seating is not a problem. For Timmy, we had, I don't know, like with all my family and when everybody was healthy and stuff, like my mom's siblings were able to come and we filled like a whole side of a bleacher. I mean, there was like 20 or 30 of us, but this time it was about, I think there was like 15 of us. So we sat on the floor.
hmm
We tried to move our way up. The further back you sit, the more casual it is. There's little kids running around and people going in and out, going to the bathroom and that kind of thing. So we wanted to kind of be a little bit more forward, which was great. Ceremony was only 2 hours. Like it was quick. They did the introduction, the speeches. They got through all the names. The kids threw their hats up in the air and took a bunch of pictures and then Sunday was our big family party. So. Um, that was really fun. It started noon and we went all the way until, and I think Luke and some of his cousins didn't even go to sleep. Like Luke was so tired the next day. But
hmm
the next day everybody headed out. Like so my cousins who had flown in headed out. Like, my cousins who had driven in from far away headed out. So yeah, it was a big, big to do. So today is like try to get your house back in order, kind of wash clothes. Emma goes to Junior Olympics tomorrow, so I
hmm
get organized for that. And yeah, I'm like, oh my God. Your graduation week.
Oh, it was good. It was on Friday. I actually don't know how long it lasted. I was going to see if I could find a timestamp from one of the pictures. Um, but it was also pretty efficient considering there were 750-ish. I don't, that's the number that they started with, I think. So I'm not sure what they ended
Yeah.
with. But so we knew that was going to take a while.
Read all those names. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So let me see. Does it have a time on it? 3:47. We had pictures with Hannah. Started at 1:30. So yeah, no, I mean, we got there at so it was at SPAC. So I don't know if you know SPAC, but it's Saratoga Performing Arts Center. So it's like one of the locations that Dave Matthews goes to every year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Da Darien Lake, right? They have a performing arts center there. Yeah, something like that. Um, and Saratoga had their graduation in the morning at 9. So there was kind of like as we got there maybe a little before 11:30. Hannah had to be there at 12:30, and we just knew, like, based on what I had heard, like as soon as Saratoga leaves, like that's kind of when you want to arrive because that's when spaces are opening up.
Mhm.
So we got there, we got a great parking spot, and got we saved some seats. So we were Hannah knew where she was going to be sitting. They had like this whole chart. So she was part of a small group. I don't think it was the entire, because she's an S, so it's not like the very end of the alphabet. But for some reason, her group was like on the far side, if you're watching, looking at the stage, all the way to the right towards the front. And there was a lot of like guest seats back there behind them. So we sat over there. And then another parent that I knew was sitting behind us, and they had brought painter's tape and
Mhm.
they had blocked off a whole row, and they let me borrow some. So we blocked off because we had, I think, 13 people for family that were going to be there. And then our neighbors ended up showing up. I told them they wanted to know when it was, and all the details, so I shared it with them. Um, and they did show up, and I didn't know that they were going to come. So that was very nice that they were there. She has a daughter who is going into 11th grade and a son that's going into ninth grade. They live across the street. They're like, they grew up together with my kids, and so it's kind of nice for her because she gets to see what it's all about. Get a little preview. Um, but yeah, it was pretty well organized. The day was um, maybe a little humid, but it wasn't super hot. Didn't rain, so yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Just so many people. I just can't. You start off, we have 8 elementary schools. So, like, that's when you first start off and you kind of are like, oh, well, this is normal size, like manageable and everything. And then they go to 3 different middle schools. And so at that point, you're like, okay, there's kids that definitely haven't heard these names before.
Yeah.
And then once they get to high school, like, it just blows my mind. They go on a field trip for like the English class, the ninth grade English classes go on a field trip, and there's like 7 or 8 tour buses worth of kids. It's just insane, because I'm like, oh, I have to pick her up at school. Well, it's just like one class, right? How many? And then you get there and you can't find parking to like pick your kid up from a field trip. It's just the size of the school still amazes me after all of these years.
Yeah.
Um, but it was really nice. We did have a small little party at our house. I had made some lasagnas, and some Chris's mom brought some salad, and we had just a small little celebration. She's going to do a bigger party in August. We've got that all squared away, and so that'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then other than that, they did a sleepover at the neighbor's house. So it was a pretty chill weekend, and back at it this week. No rowing this week. Next week, the kids both start rowing again.
Um,
Um, and I don't. So there's still these extra docks that are in the water that hopefully will be removed this week. So it makes it a little challenging. So I haven't gone down to take the single out, even though I've had a little bit more time to do that. So I'm hoping next weekend I'll be able to start heading down and taking out the single once in a while. So,
yeah, I need to figure out like how I can get out once a week in the single.
mm.
Like, so I did like that dry run. Oh, it wasn't a dry run, actually, a wet run because I actually went rowing yesterday. But it took about 3 hours. I mean, it was like a solid it takes at least 10 to 15 minutes to get the boat up on the car. and strap it down. But the boat hangs in the garage, so and I need an extra pair of hands to get it out of the garage. So like the first thing I was thinking is like, well, maybe I can leave the boat on the side of the house like the night before so that I
Mm,
don't have to bother anybody. Or it might be that I need to put it on the car the night before.
hmm
And then so then I wake up and I drive, but it has to come off the car, like because I'll be going to work, so I can't have the boat
hmm
on top of the car. And like I could maybe cut off maybe 15 minutes on one end because it'll already be on the car. Then getting there, and then once I get there, I have to rig it. So like getting it off the car, rigging it, getting in the water, row it, come back, de-rig it, put it back on the car and bring it home. Like, oh my gosh, it's just like so many steps. But I'm like, maybe if I just start doing it, I pick one day a week and like that's my day to do it. I mean, because it's so, I mean, like today it's thunderstorming, so it's really gray here. That's why I have the ring light on. Um, so I was like, it's just really kind of gloomy out. Like, so I'd have to, at the beginning of the week, I'd have to decide what day of the week looks the best.
hmm
And then from there, like, like I would need to be like 5:30 in the morning. I'd have to like be getting out and like getting to the water by like 5:45 so that by 6 o'clock the riggers are on, the boats in the water. I could row for probably about an hour and then I need it like another half hour to like de-rig, put it on the car, come back, get it off the car, take a quick shower, and then go to work. So I don't know if I can pull all that together like to make that work, but I'm willing to give it a try because I definitely want to take the boat out more. I mean, I guess I could start devoting like a weekend day, but with the kids, I mean, Hannah's gonna be leaving, Luke's gonna be moving to Henrietta, so moving 30 minutes from our house, but he's gonna be down there. He's not gonna be coming back and forth. He's not gonna have a car or anything like that, so he'll be there. You don't want to spend as much time kind of doing things with the kids and going places and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So it's like, trying to fight because rowing, like, I mean, that's the one thing about rowing is that it does take so much extra time to kind of like really get out there and do it. And even if the boat was like at the boathouse and it was rigged, I mean, it
hmm
was to drive to the boathouse adds like like the water from my house that I could put it in at the canal is like 10 minutes from my house, whereas the actual
hmm
boathouse is downtown, so it's like 25 minutes from my house. So you add more time on each end just to drive
hmm
down there if I rack it there. Plus you have to pay for it being down there. And if you don't, you're just paying for it to be there and you're not using it, which is what I did last summer.
hmm
So I can't decide. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff like I'm like kind of like in that coming down from like oh the graduation stuff is done.
hmm
Like but at the same time I think of Emma like I get it like I remember thinking this with Tim with when Timmy graduated and then Luke was a sophomore when Timmy graduated. So I think he was going into his sophomore year. So I had a couple years and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I have these couple years. And then, you turn right around and like, boom, they're in senior year. It's just like, it just speeds up so much because these kids do so many things, like especially like with the seasons and the rowing and I mean, like it just all, before I know it, Emma's gonna be the same, we're gonna be back around the same spot. We did kind of in the back of my planner, because I have like a planner that's for each year
hmm
the planner, I wrote down like all the different places that we ordered from and how much food it was and how much do we eat and how many people were there and just so that I have those notes to look back on in a year because in my head I'll probably picture it a different way than it actually was. So I wrote down a bunch of things like oddball things like we needed more towels,
hmm
extra pool towels. We had plenty of
Oh.
towels, but
hmm
we didn't have a lot of pool towels. So over the next 2 years
hmm
I'm going to, well, not, yeah, 2 years, because if you count the senior year, I'm gonna definitely go and buy more pool towels. We need more air mattresses. So sometime between now and 2 years from now, I'm gonna buy some really like if anybody has any suggestions out there for like air mattresses that are really like stay inflated, that was the problem. It was that like they would one of the air mattresses, they would fill it at night and then they'd be on the floor by the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Oh.
the hard part about air mattresses. So,
What
And
about those foldable cots? I saw one of the families that has like a big family and they came to watch the Head of the Charles and they have like a range of kids at different ages. They
yeah.
had one of those, I think it's a camp cot kind of things. It doesn't take up a lot of space and just folds up almost like a camp chair.
Yeah, we had those when the kids were smaller. They're like,
Mm,
yeah, they do kind of, I hadn't thought about that, that maybe I need to get the cots instead. Maybe I'll get a couple of those and some air mattresses too. I kind of have a mix of stuff. Because,
yeah, they
I mean,
might not be big enough though. I don't know if they make
yeah.
them big enough.
Well, we do. My cousin who has the smaller kids, like she has
Hmm.
one who's in high school right now, and then a couple in middle. She has five kids, so I think one's in high school, maybe two are in middle, one, and then one's in elementary, and the other one's like young enough that he isn't even in school yet. So she has like a wide range of kids, and if those kids come, they're small enough to be on like cot style stuff. Um, but it was good that like the general range of age of all the cousin kids that came was about the same. Like
Hmm.
the last time when Timmy graduated, my one cousin who does have the five kids, like their kids were so small, like on the hip kind of small.
Hmm.
And that's really tough. Like Tim has a cousin whose kids are kind of small like that, and they came to the party, and I felt really bad because when your kids are that age, like you don't get to enjoy something like a party. Like you're basically, that your 5 or 6 year old wants to get in the water, so you've got to get in the water with them.
Yeah.
You're done with the water
Hmm.
and they want ice cream. So then you gotta go get ice cream with them. And then so like you're doing like, basically playing party through this little child the whole time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember those days where it was like really hard to go to a party because, what I mean, you had to have your bathing suit on and then like you're
Hmm.
soaking wet and then you gotta go get some food. And like it was like that kind of thing. So,
Hmm.
but as we all know, all that time passes and next thing you know, you're doing graduation parties for your kids.
This is the truth.
Very true, very true.
Yeah.
As far as like, I haven't seen any like recent rowing news. Oh, you know what news I did see though on
Hmm.
Instagram? Did you hear about this? They're getting rid of the red shirting. Like,
Yeah, I think so, right? Because it's just there's an age limit now, and
yeah,
yeah.
NCAA June announcement. Maybe I could see if I can find this. Um, it was like, yeah, I heard, I forget what it was.
I think you got 5 years, but you have to do it before a certain age.
Yeah, yeah. Athletes would get 5 years to play 5 seasons with their eligibility clock. I forget. With their eligibility clock starting when they enroll in college or turn 19, whichever comes first. So, like,
Mm,
I can't use my year of eligibility anymore.
nope.
I had 1 year of eligibility left, or maybe I had two, because I mean, they did turn Division 1 when I was a sophomore. So, I guess three. I mean, if I redshirted 1 year, I guess I would still have. Yeah. So,
So it's yeah, so following their 19th birthday,
mhm.
full-time or the academic. Okay, full-time college enrollment. So Hannah is 17 going into college.
Oh,
So does
okay.
that mean she would only have until she turns 22,
I guess
maybe?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I mean, it was because now what was the previous rule? The previous rule was you kept your eligibility forever, right? If you didn't use it and you
The
had 5 years.
traditional, let's see, sports specific season no longer, no, oh, sports specific season. Um, there were waivers for medical hardship, delayed enrollment, extensions. So those are all eliminated.
There's also something new about transfers, like transferring
Mm,
eligibility and how that works too, is what I saw. So let me see if we can get in the Google and figure more out.
yeah. Well, have you seen that there's the woman who's rowing across from California over to Hawaii by
Oh, wow.
herself? Yeah.
No. Oh, that's so
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, she had some wind issues at the beginning. So like there was the so I saw it on Instagram. So she has, she's posting on there. And she had this trajectory that she was trying to follow, but she was way off course because
Oh,
of the wind.
yeah.
But I guess she's heading back towards it. At least I don't know if I'm seeing these posts like
in real
days
time.
after or weeks after, but like it showed up on my feed. So yeah, but it's kind of cool. I mean, she's doing it on her own.
Hmm.
Just like Pearl in the Storm was the book that I read, and that woman did it across the Atlantic,
Hmm.
going over to France. She started in North Carolina, I think, at the Outer Banks, and
Uh,
she made her way across. It's a really good book if you haven't read it. And
I,
then this one is current. So yeah. So I'll share her page on our Instagram.
yeah, share the page, and then what
Mhm.
was the name of the book? Pearl in the Storm, you said?
A Pearl in the Storm, I
Okay.
think is the name of it.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that. I mean, that'd be really cool. I don't know if I'm too old for it, and I don't want to be like, oh, I'm too old for it, but like in the sense that I have like way too many responsibilities. I don't, I
Yeah.
can't like be drowned. I can't drown out in the middle of the Atlantic kind of thing. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Or you're caught in a storm and have the Coast Guard have to come and get me. It's funny that you mentioned this because I was at my mom's house yesterday and it's just the TV was on and Castaway was
Oh yeah.
on
Yep.
TV and like and I don't know what it was on FX and there was after Castaway was The Martian came on. I
Oh,
was like, what?
okay.
I'm like, what are all these rescue movies that like I don't know what came on after The Martian, but yeah, like the idea of being like kind of stranded and having to figure things out and work your way through emergencies. And I didn't remember in Castaway, he basically sets up like a sculling rig. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you don't remember the end of Castaway, go turn it on and he makes this boat. And I remember him making the boat and I remember like the porta potty thing that he used as the
Mm-hmm.
sail, but I didn't remember that he's sculling on his way out. Like so he built these oars and they're like
Oh.
in like little tree thingies and he actually had because remember there I guess there was like a reef around that island. That's why he couldn't get away from the island. And
Mm-hmm.
so what he was doing was he was rowing the boat out, and then when the wind caught the sail, he got over the big waves that were coming in. So
Oh yeah.
it's a little nod to rowing.
Yeah.
That's the way. But I couldn't imagine I mean, how long does it take to cross the Atlantic in a solo um like oceanic rowing shell?
Well, I can go back to that page. So I'm looking at, so her name is Kelsey. Where did it go? Kelsey. I lost her name. Uh, it's in cursive. Fendler? Fendler. So it's 2,400 miles.
Okay.
She wants to be the youngest and the fastest woman to complete the crossing solo. The current record is 86 days, 10 hours, and 5 minutes by Leah Ditton.
6 days?
Days.
Days?
Yes.
What?
Yep.
You
She's
know,
going to be the third. So the only two women have ever completed a solo row to Hawaii.
okay.
Yep.
Oh, we should shoot her a message on Instagram, see if she'll come on the podcast because I need to know more about this 86 days. Oh my gosh. That is a really long, it's a really long, like she's alone, right?
Yeah,
Like
she's by herself. Yep. Yep.
86 days? Oh my gosh.
And I think she's done it before. Just looking at this, it looks like she's done it before with three other women. So she's done like a quad or not a quad because they don't all do it at the same time.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. If you've done it before with other people, I'm sure that
Hmm.
it's probably you get a yeah, you have enough working knowledge that you could probably do it by yourself. Or you're going to do it by yourself. She's gonna finish, she's gonna be great. She's gonna beat the record.
Yep.
Um, but like 86 that I'm still stuck on. That's a long time. That's
Yeah.
almost how many days are in a school year? Like it's only 100 and
181, I think.
181. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So it's more than double. So okay. All right, yeah. Or half it's like half a school year.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Pearl in the Storm was Tori Murden McClure, and she was the first woman to row solo across the Atlantic Ocean. So she tried it once, and then it not spoiler alert, I guess, but
Okay.
didn't get there, but she survived.
Mhm.
And then tried it again. So that's all I'll say. That's
All right.
3,000 miles with hurricanes too.
With hurricane. All
Yes.
right. Like I would love to do something like that. I would love to do it on Lake Ontario. I
Hmm.
still think we need to go New York to Canada. We need to do the lake at one point or another, we need to do the Lake Ontario crossing. And maybe we'll do a double or maybe we'll do like a single oceanic with like we alternate or something like that. But I would love to have like a boat there with you to kind of
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
switch people in and out. And I don't know how serious I am about like, doing it by myself. I wonder how many people, I don't know if anyone's ever done that in a rowing shell. We'll have to
I
find
don't
it out.
know because I feel like, yeah, that's a little bit more. It's still
It's
difficult,
doable.
but it's
Yeah.
doable. But like,
It was
who's going to
20.
care about it if
Yeah.
it's people are rowing across oceans?
Yeah, like it's only 20, it was, what did we say? It was 26 miles, so it was almost like a marathon.
Hmm.
So we thought you could get it done in one day, was what we were thinking.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I have a feeling probably not. It's probably at least a 2-day thing.
At least 2-day thing. We'll have to look into it. And maybe,
Hmm.
like I said, let's DM some of these friends and see if
Okay.
they want to get on a Zoom and talk to us about doing, because I need to know more about this. Like, how do you, like for 86 days, how do you have enough food for 86 days, even just for one person? I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I mean, like, and it's not only like you're eating just to survive, you have to eat enough so you can row all day long. Like,
Yeah. Right. And you got to keep the food like when you're reading The Pearl in the Storm, I mean, there some of those storms, like they are turning your boat upside down and water is getting everywhere and like, like you've got to have a system to keep your food safe from the elements and
safe and dry.
properly and
And
dry and yeah, all that.
oh
Yeah.
boy.
And I'm sure it's not the most appetizing food either, because I think it's kind of like, arm like the
Aren't
bagged
yeah,
army dry fr
yeah,
freeze
the
dried
what is it,
meals.
meals ready to eat? I think
Yeah, yeah, MREs. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, probably like that. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's why I want to do like a day. Like, like 2 days,
Yeah.
like with a nice, very large ship kind of with us and yeah, kind of party atmosphere. It'd be
Hmm.
fun. It'd be something fun to do. Like, but I mean, even like when the winds are really bad, like I mean, it looks like the ocean out there on the lake. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's a very big lake. So, um, but that would be some, what our thing could be just crossing the Great Lakes. Like we could start with Lake Ontario and we could
Hmm.
measure all the Great Lakes. Can we name all of them? It's Ontario, Erie,
Superior.
Superior.
Did you say Erie?
I said Erie. I said Erie.
Okay. Huron,
Huron. Are there
Michigan.
5? Mm-hmm. Is that 5?
I think so.
Yeah, there's just 5 Great Lakes.
Okay.
As people,
Let's
as they're
see.
like,
Did
oh,
we do it?
you know what? I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we got them all. Like our wonderful Western New York schooling learning.
Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we know them. Yeah, like that might be a fun thing, do a series and try to cross each of them. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
to, we'd do the short way.
Yeah.
All of them. We're not going the long way across any of them. In Lake Michigan, not for nothing. Lake Michigan is so beautiful. I always like we went on a
Mm.
trip when the kids were small, and or when I think we had just Timmy. I think I was pregnant with Luke, and we did Traverse City, and we did the sand dunes there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I remember standing on the beach and looking out at Lake Michigan, and if you didn't tell me that, like if I didn't see the rocks on the sand, like it looks like the Caribbean.
Yeah, I've seen
Lake is,
pictures. It's
yeah,
very
the lake is
blue.
blue. Like
Hmm.
it's blue like when you stand at the foot of the ocean in the Caribbean. And I was just like, wow. Because when you stand in the foot of Lake Ontario, it's not it's not blue. It's like it's better now. Like it used to be like chocolate milk brown,
Hmm.
but like
Hmm.
now it's kind of like a greenish, like almost trying to be blue kind of water look to it. But yeah, Lake Michigan's gorgeous. So yeah, that would be fun. Maybe once we get all these kids through school,
That's what I was thinking. Let's get these kids through school, Adrian, and then we'll have
I mean,
be like,
I've
wow,
got
we got all this time.
yeah, I've got one extra after yours. Got
Hmm.
Emma, she's 28 is her graduation year, and Mikey is 31. So 2031
Okay.
is when he
All
grad,
right. Yeah.
which sounds like forever away, but like he's next year he's in eighth grade. So it's just like, you know,
Yeah.
before you
Hmm.
know it, he'll be, starting the whole high school thing. I think the ball really starts to roll down the hill very quickly once they become a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Because it's just they're constantly doing so much that like you don't even notice that the time is passing. Like it's fall, the kids are doing cross country, we're going to all these races, and it's Christmas, and then it's indoor track, and then it's Easter, and then it's outdoor track, and then the year's over. And
Hmm.
then you just every year you just do that over and over and over again, like, and before you know it, here we are.
Yeah.
Graduate. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it has definitely been a wild ride, and we're continuing the ride with
Hmm.
Emma and Mikey. So
Emma's going into 11th grade, right?
I was going into 11th grade,
Hmm.
um, and she's very excited about that. She's kind of a little bit sad because some of the girls on the cross country team, like some of the seniors, were some of her favorite people, and the juniors who are now going to be seniors, there's a lot of girls who are her friends. So I
Hmm.
think she's kind of sad about the idea that she won't be like for her senior year, they'll be gone. And
Hmm.
she'll be running with, the other juniors and sophomores. I think like the no at least in for track, I feel like the numbers kind of go up and down. And so then there'd be like a huge cluster of people in one particular grade. Like when Timmy graduated, he was like one of maybe two or three kids who did cross country indoor and outdoor.
Hmm.
With like Luke, I think he had like 10. Like, and I think
Okay.
that was just the boys. I think it was like 10 boys and like 10 girls. So it was like this huge group of kids. And, so he had like his quote unquote running partners, like really for a
Yeah.
few years. So,
Yeah.
um, one quick little side note. So Luke did swim, um,
Hmm.
well, he did it middle school freshman year and sophomore year. And so Luke's a very, very good swimmer. And his little friends were not his little friends, but his grown friends were over at the party, and we have the pool and everything. And it was so cute. He was teaching some of the kids how to dive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was just yeah, it was very interesting because he can, because he did competitive swim, so he knows how to
Hmm.
dive very neatly into the water, not make any splash. The whole reason why he was teaching them was because they were in typical boy fashion. They were like cannonballing, belly flopping. They were doing this like it looked like a fish out of water thing. They would jump off the diving board and like make themselves straight and wiggle. Like then hit the water and then the water would go everywhere. And of course we had like grandparents and great uncles and aunts and they're sitting by the pool, they're like, stop splashing. So Luke was like, okay, well we can dive into the water. And then some of his friends were like, well, we don't dive all that well. So then they were practicing diving, and then the kids who couldn't really dive well were splashing up anyway. But I thought it was really interesting. He was showing them like the whole progression, like where you sit on the edge of the pool and
Yep.
you kind of yeah, and then you're kneeling by the edge of the pool, and then like standing, and then actually yeah. I mean, there was enough time he taught two or three of them how to like dive more efficiently. So
Wow, that's good.
yeah, so it's kind of funny the kids in there, the different things that they do to keep each other entertained. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So you are going to start a new job soon, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing a home care job.
Hmm.
So That starts next week, so I have to go to orientation for that. So
Hmm.
I'm still at the clinic. The clinic is still open. I'm just pushing everything into evenings and weekends. If anyone out there wants to rent out my space during the day while I'm at work, that would be fabulous. I was trying to find maybe like a massage therapist or somebody who wanted to try having like their own little clinic or something, but
Hmm.
didn't have a space to do it. So. Um,
That's a
but
good
yeah,
idea. Yeah.
yeah. So it should be good. My territory will be like right by my house.
Nice.
Will
Okay.
be which will be good. I'm supposed to stay within my zip code,
Hmm.
which was one reason why I was like I'm gonna try to take this job and see how it goes. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited to kind of like home care. I've done home care before. It's kind of a different beast. Like you almost feel a little bit like a gypsy because you kind of live out of your car. It becomes one of
Hmm.
these things where like I have a backpack full of like, TheraBand and whatever little dumbbells and all that type of stuff so they can do sessions with people in their home.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not sure exactly what the patient population will be. Whether it'll be like post-op like hips, knees, probably spines, probably shoulder replacements. Um, and then it'll be probably people who we were either in the hospital and they're moving okay, but they're not at their baseline, so they go home to do, to get to kind of get feeling better. Or it could be people who had like a prolonged hospital stay, went to rehab, and then finally are transitioning home. And
Hmm.
so then that those tend to be more of like, let's get your house set up in an appropriate way, like which entrance should you use, which bathroom should you use? Should you put handrails up or put those types of things up. So it's something that I've done many iterations of. I've been the therapist in the hospital who's recommended home care. I've been the therapist in the nursing home who is doing rehab with someone and recommending home care. I've been the home care therapist for like I did like early intervention at one point. So so that's like birth to 5.
Hmm.
So in the home. But yeah, yeah, so I'm excited about it. It'll be something different to kind of add to. And I'm thinking of it as a new adventure and also an opportunity to maybe get to know some of the docs who are sending people home with like hips and knees. I think that rowing is like a really great outlet for some of these people who have been wanting to be active,
Hmm.
have knee or hip pain. They've gone and they've had the surgery. And then like they're trying to figure out what can I do? And like of course everybody says, oh, why don't you get on a stationary bike or get a treadmill for your house? And I'm kind of like, rather than recommending that, how about a rowing machine? You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like I always talk about how like the concept two comes into two pieces. You can take the front half of a concept two, especially for someone who can't walk all that much, and you just kind of prop up the foot part and they can put their feet in and they can row with like arms and body, kind of like almost para style and build up a lot of like strength and endurance. Like you can do that for 10 or 15 minutes and not being able to get up and walk around, but able to exercise.
Yeah.
So it's a great option for that. And then, we live in a mostly like right now it's like hot and like 90 degrees out, but a lot of times like the weather doesn't allow itself for you to get out and like to walk or I
Hmm.
mean it's a great rainy day piece of equipment to have. And I always say that if for the same amount of exertion, it's equal to that of running. So if you're running light or you're rowing light, that's the same amount of exertion and same amount of calories too.
Hmm.
So running in general in about an hour you'll expend about 600 calories. You'll expend about 600 calories on the rowing machine for equal exertion though. You can't be
Hmm.
I always tell people like if you're out there jogging, you might only in an hour you might only burn 400 or 500 calories. Might not burn the 600 calories. And same idea works for the rowing machine. So if you're on there just like lightly paddling the whole time, you're gonna burn maybe 100 or 200 calories. If you're getting some, your breathing gets heavy, it's difficult to carry on a conversation. If you're working that hard on it, it's the same as the exertion you would be putting out if you were running at that level. So.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that this opens up more opportunities for the clinic too, and just better
Yeah.
referral sources and things like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, this is to help with sending Luke to RIT.
All
Thank
right, Adrian, I'll have a great day.
you. You have a
And
great rest of the
yeah,
week. Happy 4th of
yeah, you too.
July. Yeah.
Yes.
Enjoy all the time with Hannah as
Hmm.
we prepare to let them fly the nest in a couple months.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's gonna happen so soon. Ah.
I know, it goes by so quick. Ah. Have a good rest of the day, Kate. Take
You
care.
too. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. We have partnered with the Crew Stop. Do you need new rowing gloves? Save 15% with the code ROWING on the square when you purchase gloves or apparel from crewstop.com. More details in the show notes. If you'd like to talk to Adrien regarding your rowing needs, check out the show notes also for her call links and her website, rowingonthesquare.com, for details. Help grow the pod and follow us on the Instagram at rowingfriendspod. Happy rowing, everyone!